My name is Clem, and I'm from Warrior Run Loco Works in Warrior Run, Pennsylvania, and I specialize in battery RC powered trains. I've just done a little locomotive for Jim, and we used Loco Genie to power it. This is a little thing made by MRC that's 2.4 gig, and it's basically made for up to 2 amps. I made it battery powered, just instead of using it for track power, and it has full sound, horn, bell, whistle, lights, the whole 9 yards, and it has about a 90-foot range. And since it's 2.4 gig, you can run as many of these as you would like at the same time. And it's powered up by some little Tinidry 3.7 volt 2600 amp hour cells that we use 3 of them, which gives us 11 plus volts and a pretty good runtime. We'll probably get pretty close to 3-hour runtime with this battery setup with 3 of these in the locomotive. And they are all rechargeable, pretty simple to use, plug and play.
And the recharger won't overcharge?
No, it's all the batteries have protection in them. They're not just regular lithium cells like you use in your model airplanes or anything like that. These are all commercial grade cells like they're in your cell phone, in your Prius, and cars like that. And it's all run off this little controller, which is a pretty simple little thing. And it only broadcasts when you push the button, which is pretty interesting. Now we have the locomotive sitting over here on some track. It has a little on and off switch. Forward is on. Back to the cab is for the charging circuit. Center is off. Now you hear the engine fire up. Horn. Bell. And the speed steps. Now we're going to go forward and stop, and we even have brake sound. We're going to hit the reverse button on the top of the controller, which is going to reverse it. We're going to hit the 4X button instead of the 1 step. That'll take us 4 steps at a time. And as you notice, the lights change direction automatically also. We have bell and emergency stop. The bell you can turn on and off. The horn, the longer you hold the button, you get a long horn, short horn, all with the manipulation of your fingers. Very simple. Again, we'll reverse the direction. We'll give it a little hit, and away she goes. And then we can slow it down by taking it down 1 step at a time. So you can get a pretty nice slow run time. You can almost get it down slow enough that it'll go from tie to tie. But it makes a nice simple running engine, and it'll probably give Jim between 2 and 3 hour runtime playing around, doing switching or whatever he likes to do. And we'll turn her back off. These are some Hubley cars that I convert to rail cars. This is a Model A town sedan. This is a little motor block that I make myself, and I construct some front trucks for them. They start out as a Hubley kit, and we work from there. You can either buy the components separately and do it yourself, and this uses the same Genie to control it that I showed in the first video. Everything is under the car the motor, the truck, all the electronics are up under the head end of the car. It has lights. We're going to turn it on now. It has sound, horn. We got bell. And we're going to have motion. Oh, we're not going to have any motion because we're hitting on the rail. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this and we're going to move. Here you're going to see it run now. And it's just running on my little slot car track here, so it doesn't go around the corners too well. But we can go backwards. And then when it goes in reverse, the lights do turn off on this one. But it's a pretty little deal. Again, this is powered with some batteries. And as you can see, it's completely self-contained.
You want to lift the roof off? Does that come off?
Yeah, well, you can't see nothing in there, though. The batteries are on the floor, and the plug here is to charge it and connect it. Does both.
Okay.
Here it is running on a little loop of track that we have out in front of the office here. Again, it's battery powered. There's no power in the rails whatsoever. This is just a quick little loop about 10 foot long. And we're coming up to the station, and we'll kind of do a little stop in front of the station. It has surface mounted LEDs for the headlights and taillights. And as you can see underneath, it has the little power truck. It has a little speaker up under the hood and all electronics. And you can see as you hit it, you'll see the wheels start to turn. And there it is running. You hit the brake, and it slows down and stops, and you can hit the direction button, and you can go the other direction with ease. Pretty simple little operation. This is running on 7.2 volts, two of those little 3/6 cells. And we have a little brake squeal and a little on and off switch on the back that turns it all on and off. Pretty simple little thing. Runs great.
Point out the LEDs again.
The LEDs are in the headlights and in the taillights.
Okay.
Now this locomotive has Airwire in it, which is another system. This is basically the top of the line stuff that you can use for battery power. This particular engine uses a C60 6 amp converter, which takes the DCC signal from your controller, sends it to your DCC decoder, which again is a Tsunami 2 digital decoder. This sends the signal from here to here, and this controls everything. Now what we're doing here, you turn the controller, comes on. This particular controller has 16 different channels that you can put over 1,000 engines in each channel, so you can run thousands of engines at the same time. We're going to turn the engine on. Now we're on. This is engine number 9, as you can see on the screen, and it's on frequency number 1. Number 2 will blow the horn. Number 1's going to ring the bell. And we're going to start up. The locomotive started life as a Bachmann 45-tonner. To reverse it, you simply press the knob. The engine reverses. Blow the horn 3 times to go backwards. Turn the knob to go off. Again, push the button, reverses it. We're going to go forward, so we need 2 horn toots. And you notice that the headlight also reversed automatically. But this system works extremely well, not inexpensive. The batteries in this are a little bigger battery. There's 3,800 4-cell pack in this one, but we also have a 6,400 at 6.4 amps. That'll run something probably 6 or 7 hours. This engine will probably run, I would say, a good 3 to 4 hours pulling a train. The speed steps are adjustable, and all your DCC functions are accessible from this controller. So you can set every DCC frequency whatever you want it at. And we're down at 28 steps at 2, so you can see what kind of slow speed you can get with this system. And at step number 1, you can count the ties. And we have a few other functions. We have a coupler clank, an air release, and a couple other things you can do with it. Depending on the decoder you have in it, the Tsunami 2 has a lot more features than this decoder does, because this is a smaller decoder in here. But for an install in a locomotive with this particular setup, with the batteries, all the electronics, charger, and everything you need, is probably going to run you close to between $500 and $600 per locomotive. But the controller you buy once, the charger you buy once, the batteries and the stuff that goes in the locomotive, you have to put in every locomotive to make it work. This is a Bachmann 3-truck Shay. We're not going to run it, but we're just going to show some of the sound effects that it does have. Well, first we're going to turn it on with the switch. Now it'll just sit here and it'll be idling. That's the whistle, the bell, and you can hear the pump running in the background. We'll turn the bell off, and we'll see if we can run it a few inches here. And the pumps will start up. And we're not going to get the chuffing because there's not enough track room. Okay, here we go. The engine will just sit there and it'll sit and simmer until you turn the switch off. And back to silence. This is the same Genie installed in a Bachmann 260 in On30. Using the same thing. This is battery powered. And we're about to go. None of these locomotives use track power. It's all self-contained battery that are all rechargeable. Lithium-ion cells. And we'll reverse it to bring it back. And we'll hit the brakes on this end. And you can hear it shut down. And reverse it. 2 toots, and away we go. Pretty simple, all in one package for $79.95 plus a battery, and you're ready to go. Include your speaker, your transmitter, your receiver, everything you need to run your train. And we have them in steam and diesel.